Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hall. Freedom Hall, the 2 hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where public officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kumia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, that should be good enough to go to prison as well.
To me, you know exactly what happened on Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened on Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a secret. The government of Nigeria is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Yes, part of the many challenges in Liberia: education, hopelessness, and underdevelopment. Question are, will Liberia be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
We did not understand the consent and the reason and the justification. So you see,
the promise we is sitting right today. And this we are a nation. This fight we do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 or contribute capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? Answer these questions plus many more. John K.O.K. and Princess Elessa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hall. Freedom Hall, the 2 hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, that should be good enough to go to prison as well.
To me, you know exactly what happened on Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened on Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Nigeria is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Yes, part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. Question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
the response will not go down there. Who campaign against private jet, use of private jet against President. I want to publicly apologize. We did not understand the consent and the reason and the justification. So using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear the sitting president and his men to try to kill our country. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country. How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? Answer these questions plus many more. John K. Oke and Princess Elesa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9. Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, we have multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. And I'm subject them to the same treatment. If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, that should be good enough to go to prison as well.
Listen to me, you know exactly what happened on Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened on Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
There's part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this climate change issue. My response may not go down well. As taking a whole campaign against climate change, use of climate change against President William. I want to publicly apologize to President William. We did not understand the consequences.
Guess what? Everyone got up there. Well, we didn't care with me then. Just not up there and get it around. I was going to teach you to get for free gold. I was there for it. I just said, we didn't buy it. That's emotional. I just want to ask you a question. In the rescue. You're not giving the people what they want. Like you say, give the rest. Let me ask you. It's the rest. The people tell them like it. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you trust. Everything, even be the hero. You will be rest for us. And why the rest not stable? No job, no food, no anything. No say for the people. Once you not get no money, recession, you get scared. No opportunity for the instead of helping everybody bringing poverty on the tell me why the people want you for you shitting the people out there to tell you not to it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, how will you give the rescue? You're not giving the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's a rescue, the people say not like you. You say you were coming to change things, but we're not seeing changes. I'm just saying you may know your rescue team. We're not seeing changes. You made the whole country to do. CDC and Unity Valley, they can't conclude. You damn sassy, you wish haunting. Down the top of the Liberia people suffering. You damn sassy, you wish haunting. Down the top of the Liberia people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I said, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. How will you give the rescue? You're not not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's the rescue. The people say not like you. Now when you come on, you give people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team, I say it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question that we give the rescue. You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, it's the rescue. The people say not like you. That's what
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. What a pleasant way to welcome you to a brand new edition of the program Freedom Hub on 87.9. My name is Carl Oliver Klein. I'm being flanked by Ajirin Roosevelt and Princess Alexa Vanja Colley on today's edition. There are too many things happening in the country. The Liberian people are becoming very, very, very disappointed. Disappointed by the day as a result of the constant violation of the laws of our country by those who are supposed to uphold the rule of law. Interestingly, the head of the civil service agency who is supposed to ensure that civil servants are acting in accordance with the law was on Sunday saying, dancing and celebrating in a political era in his own political regalia. Josiah Joker, some say Josiah Joker, was singing in the political terrain on Sunday when he is not supposed to be around politics. The head of the civil service agency in Liberia, the man whose responsibility is to punish civil servants who are deeply involved with politics, was himself singing at a political rally, dancing political songs, taking pictures and interacting with political actors, pledging support, reaffirming his political support. This is a big question on the minds of Liberians across the different political divide as to what is the status of the code of conduct when the very man who is supposed to ensure that civil servants are not political will be the one getting deeply involved with the political issues. Too many things. The country of Liberia is retrogressing on a daily basis. We're going to talk more. Is Ebola in Liberia? Is Ebola back in Liberia? This is $1 million question we have for state actors. A release from the National Public Health Institute of Liberia made it clear that there is no Ebola in Liberia as of the time of this presentation. And so that is what we know. In between time, we're going to be bringing you a lot more of the developments surrounding the news of Ebola in Liberia. But again, as it is, the government entity responsible already told the Liberian people in the world over that we do not have Ebola in Liberia. What is the situation with Nurse Bidel? Nurse Bidel was arrested by the Liberian National Police over a particular audio she was able to send in one of these social media chat rooms. Madam Bidel was cautioning her fellow health workers to remain very vigilant, very, very careful in treating people as a result of a delegation of Liberians who returned from East Africa, somewhere around Uganda and other places. According to the audio, those who returned from Uganda were monitored, are being monitored by health authorities, and Madam Bidel would not want her co-health workers to take the risks. She was cautioning them to be very careful in taking care of those individuals and other medical practitioners to also be careful in giving care to their patients. We're going to be looking into why the Liberian National Police invited Madam Bidel. What are they trying to achieve? Are they doing too much? Are they showing themselves like the folks were saying, like dead dishes? What are they doing? Do they intend to make politics out of this issue again? Join the conversation when Alexa and I, with Jerome Roosevelt, will be dealing with the issues right here on 87.9. Motorade, the PM, the crook, the criminal, the man with the vault in his house, the man who said stole all the money from the legislature and made himself rich, the man who said used to steal all the money and go to Europe and other places to buy properties, the man who said stole money and built universities in 72nd and a Janjante High School in Nizo. A man who say is a big criminal, built properties in Philia. A man who they refer to as T5, as T5. On yesterday was able to join forces with those who have been able to call him T5, those who've been insulting him, ridiculing him. He joined those who call him criminals. And so that is the latest debate sparking controversial conversation with several people asking her question: is the Unity Party that's spineless? Is the Unity Party that hypocritical? Why is the Unity Party in bed with an individual who was once referred to as a criminal? A man who was referred to as a wicked, deadly criminal. How can that criminal be in bed with the saint, the reverend, the Bishop Joe Baka? How is it that the Pope is now breaking cola with the criminal? Double standard, hypocrisy. What do you call it? Join the conversation at about now as we dip deeper in into the issues of making the news in your country, Mama, Liberia. Let's take a break. When we come back, we will bring you Crime Stoppers Liberia. And later on, we will look into the Win Liberia pocket and see who's going to be walking away with the $2,500. Who's going to be walking away with the $5,000? And of course, who's going to be walking away with the 10,000 Liberian dollars on Monday? Star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash. For Lone Star Cell MTN users, just 50 Liberian dollars to play. I repeat, we are talking politics, so we don't have the time to keep calling the codes. Just 50 Liberian dollars will give you the opportunity to win between 2,500 LD to 10,000 Liberian dollars. Orange Money users can dial star 255 star 6, while Lone Star Cell MTN users can dial star 255 star 1 high. We take a break. When we come back, we bring you the conversation.
People bringing self-death to your door. Stop the cry and make it peace for them before. Stop Liberia from the center to interior. Keep it ourselves, it's happening all over.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-owned South Side.
The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia from the center to interior. The people are said the story out all along. The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Stop Liberia from the center to interior. The people are said the story out all along.
Okay, so welcome back to the program Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. Sorry about that. Alexa, Jerry, good afternoon. Why are you laughing? Go ahead. Jerry, good afternoon.
Yeah, from our location, another workaholic Monday.
Okay.
The day anyone should be active if you are given an opportunity to work, or else you'll be out. So if you are in Liberia, sitting under that tree, out of Liberia, we'd like to say welcome. If you're driving home, well, we are here once again.
Go ahead.
If it is not the voice of freedom, what other voice do you want to say? Huh? Because it took you long. The voice. You kept going.
Let's go afternoon.
The voice of Playboy. Yeah. Is that what you want to say? No problem. Hello. I'd like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, and we'd like to say welcome to today's presentation of Freedom Hub with everything that's happening in Liberia from the weekend. And now we're here. It is Monday. Obviously, you guys were looking forward to us discussing the trendy issues from, this and that and that and this. We're here again today to talk about all these major stories and happenings in the country. So I'd like to say welcome, however you're joining us. And we'd also like to say Happy New Week to all of you. Pretty soon, we're going to say Happy New Month. So we're going. We'd like to say welcome.
Okay. All right. So this is where it is. So there are too many things happening in the country at about this level. One pastor told me, he said...
Your pastor?
No.
Okay.
One pastor told me, he said, Liberia is experiencing the highest level of deception and political hypocrisy. Then somebody else came up and said something. But when I had a chance to make my input, I said, yes, the country may be suffering from political deception and hypocrisy. But what is clear is the fact that not only is hypocrisy overly, moving the country, but there is this issue of ingratitude and cowardice that's permeating the corridors of intellectual space, and people are exploiting it for their personal, selfish interest. Interestingly, not everybody in the country will be coerced, to be a coward or, to stand for nothing. By the way, activist McLean is reporting that the LEC managing director bought a 40 kVA generator for a house. Let's let you know that the radio station right now, we are on LEC.
Yeah, we are.
We got generator, we got plenty of fuel. So by the time the LEC people get the current, we switch our machine. So we're not letting you know ahead of time so that you know that we're on LEC. If we do, just know 100% that the weak current we get in Liberia, that we're operating, and maybe more because we're paying in.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we're on Power Theft. We are subscribing. Your job is to give us stable electricity.
Imagine Freedom ever goes to Power Theft.
Hey, that's what you know.
Honor a unity party government.
From the days Freedom ever was established under President Salif, Freedom was established in 2016. Under President Salif, we were dealing with the media directly, recharging. under president, where the entire 6 years we pay current bill. Go to LEC, go to our meter number, put it in the LEC system. They'll tell you under President Baka, hey, we're paying on time.
If
In fact, the government can owe us. Like we were talking about, we call the current because we can get meter, we can get token in our meter, and they won't bring current for us, so they can be owing us. You know, so yeah, so that's why
the kind of LEC we have, if we're in a soccer league, but now this LEC gone to relegation.
Relegation small, maybe a triple relegation from League One, from Premier League, we go all the way to League 4 or League 5.
How come they were praising?
No, so Michael Randa is saying the managing director of LPRC is using generator. He bought new generator. So what sense does that make?
What's the advice now, Metino, that we should say our generator?
I'm not always saying it. McLean Randa is reporting. Go ahead.
Yeah, what is it? Something, right? So, like, what I'm actually getting is the fact that probably you're selling maybe you're selling orange juice, and you as the person who sells orange juices, you are unable to drink your own juice in peace. So you're going out to purchase exactly. You're the one giving all your current. You are, steering the affairs at LEC. You are distributing electricity across the country. So how can, if this is true, by the way?
No.
I follow him. I'm just saying this for the benefit of that. So if it is true that he had already bought generators, so it is a clear message to us that everybody should know.
We should now follow the leader.
Exactly. So if you don't get money to buy generator, buy rechargeable light.
If LEC boss can buy generator,
just no say
the country current Benin finish.
Water don't pass carry.
So you know the part of people in the current Benin that want your lot to us on it. We're still waiting for progress in that area.
Yeah, it is crazy.
But that is just a bit of what's happening in the country. So yeah, so the people say the LEC boss buy generator also. I don't know why you're waiting for now. Buy your own machine. You know. If we got money, if you do not have money, be like me, we'll be waiting.
But in case we don't have 40,000.
No, I mean, you could buy for 3 kVA, you could buy something else.
We don't have rice. We don't have.
Nothing will gain it.
Yeah. We should be depending on it.
Yeah, so the government is unable to.
I don't want to say we should go back to candles and lanterns and all those things. All I'm saying to you, just get yourself a rechargeable bulb, that just in case the LEC goes, and also rechargeable fan.
But Elisa, even the rechargeable fan and the bulbs you're talking about,
you need to charge it too.
even these days, people take their fan and their water cord to the charging booth.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Because the essence, it is never getting there. We already that was common.
Yeah,
2005. We're going by that right now. The essence of the rechargeable fan is to provide emergency supply to you, because the normal time current supposed to leave you from the national grid should be maybe 30 minutes. In 30 minutes time,
sure it will come back.
Your current is supposed to come back. A serious manner country. I'm talking about country where plays a serious country current will come back in 30 minutes when they take it. A serious country where sound. Country where ain't got no issue. Country where the leaders are sound.
They get loud.
Any country where the leaders are sound, where the officials are good. Current will go 30 minutes, this and that. And that's why the emergency rechargeable fans are for.
Yeah.
But I want a rechargeable fan. When the current leaves, if for example, if the current was also by 7 or 8 o'clock and 8 o'clock current go. 8, 9, 10. So your rechargeable fan 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
You are
so if your fan is strong enough, it will go for like 5 hours. So from 8, maybe around 12:30, the whole fan will just do.
It needs to be recharged.
Then you start looking around.
So imagine your emergency supply is off.
You're gonna get a
and the national grid is not back.
It's not back.
That's how disgraceful the current is under the administration.
And as you guys speaking, I'm still trying. Sorry to say, I'm still trying to wonder, even though it is impossible. But if I were part of this government in support, how do I see these things happening and still believe that are supposed to be defending.
And the point is, when we were going to election in 2023, you know the partisan scheme on the road, they were insulting person. We are in the dead of but when we went home, the current was stable. Yeah.
And that's the thing they are done.
I mean, in 2023, when you went home, the current was stable. Look, you campaign in the country under electricity.
Yeah. You there now?
The current was stable. You went to election, election like that. I mean, you went to election, everything, the whole 2023, you had current. So you took over, all of a sudden, the current was stable, it started running back. We should be making progress in this country and not going back.
Retrogressing.
Yeah, we're retrogressing.
So can we sue Dillon for saying we should sell?
Yeah,
because he is a politician.
He went to OK and started making people more. There is no use for generator again.
Exactly.
Tell generator to do it because you're saying. It wasn't nothing changed. Let me tell you what changed. What changed is the fact that you don't have no UV generator anymore. Right. You don't have UV generator. I said, look at it, Pastor Babe. What is he trying to do? Pastor Babe, what is he trying to do? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to create a false impression about what's happening. Yeah. Why is the current not stable? These people promised everything would have been rosy. They are the responsible government. They know it all. They have all of the solutions, all of the solutions to the problems confronting the country. How come you came to power? Come on, Corey. Even when you can give people jobs.
Well, you can give people food.
Even when you can undo salary harmonization that you criticize. Even when Joe Biden grow food in Lufa, when he promised you were going to be made Lufa bread basket. Even when all of the things you promised.
For the record, Lofa was
the bread basket.
Considered as
he said he would have returned Lofa status to pre-war days. Even when you can do it, all right? Because yesterday playing Lofa can still go Guinea and go back. Unfortunately, the Guinea men close the border.
They're gonna try.
They're not able. People go into the border again.
Why is it when thing falls into Bouakar's hand, it damage? From CPP, the Putin party were going well there.
Even with the McIntosh who brought the machines,
the green
machines, the Lufa, everything. President Sadiq plays that whole contract, that whole thing in President Bagaya. All the machines broke down.
Everything
like that. With the McIntosh went on the media and said President Bagaya will be taxing you. Oh yeah, you hear about that? I think a bad person used to be texting the no, hey madam, how you doing? How are you? Texting your people, how you doing? So like when that marketing was there, say the whole supervisor, no problem. We pack all my machine. So at the end of the day,
the Bouakar that is president.
No, on Joe Bouakar is excellency. He was vice president at the time. Madam Salif placed the project in his care to supervise because he was a vice president. The same way you can be designated to go to ABA terminal and go do something charge of the president and go up again. They were saying water para, but I say cool to go to water cell. Actually, now I say water to so the same way Ellings was saying, but I say go look at the ADA project.
Because you
came from the agricultural LPMC days and so go look at it. He want to look at the project. He go see one of the machine get oil. He get oil. That the mail woman is used to be taxi. But we never actually keep the heart of him those days. When I was a heart of him, let's say no, when I was a heart of him in 2017, when McIntosh
started trying to drag this guy.
No, listen, when McIntosh wanted to be president of the country. Yeah, he was a presidential aspirant. So he came, we hosted him at Harlem, and we asked him about the ADU project. That rest project, the FOIA project. Yeah. And he explained all of the things. Donald Roger has the man jump into how at the time he was vice president. Vice President Bagasa texting so asking him, why was the man telling him? He said, no, but the thing is, why was the man reaching protocol? He's not talking to me. I'm the head of the project, not my wife. Like, ask my wife how she doing. There were things to say. I remember
how she slept.
No. What did you eat today?
So I got to play sleep. So when you check it up, when you check it out, we gotta move on. So when you check it up, our rice project in Lofa County, the living agricultural project. When you check it out, I won't do all the machines because I'm the head of the project. You are my supervisor.
Like you should have supervised the entire project and not the man's home. So he was trying to supervise the man's home and disregarded supervising the work.
The man said, "When I go check my woman phone, the vice president message there. I go tell the phone, the vice president message there." So I was like, "What's going on?" Yeah.
No, Happy's wife.
Yeah, you gotta adjust that stuff.
Are you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is your happy wife?
No, try it. Just try it. Just
say hi.
Okay, yeah, we're good now. So you know, at the end of the day, the bottom line is even if President Biden cannot return Lofa County to the pre-war status, where it was referred to as the bread basket of the country, they are calling, Papi. Yeah, we don't need nothing from you right now. We already know that your government failed on every front. We already know that you're not doing new roads. We already know that all the projects we're initiating are projects that either got started by President Salif or initiated by President Weah. Yeah. You're only doing what government should be doing, which is government, of continuity. So, like we always say, if you want to vote for chicken, chicken will continue. The road from Ganta all the way to Jeju was paid for. So you're going to bring Bill and make President. That road project would have been done. Yeah. So, what place it on hold was the elections. Yeah. After the election, they don't have to be president. They're not going to go on because the previous government did all of what they could, to get the resources available. So we understand that you're not doing anything new. We understand that you want to walk and code. Simply doesn't die. Don't seriously have a walk and code again. We know that whole story. We know that harmonization is changing. That's why you get the ability to do harmonization. If we try, people will not take in the country for 10 months. We understand that. We know 100%. I mean, what else did they tell us? We know that you talk about the children are not selling the street, but the children selling Monty biscuit right in the street right now.
Yeah, especially during school hours.
Yeah, selling popcorn. School hours. You talk about drugs. Drugs now every day. People dying on a daily basis. Every day by arresting drugs in the country. Are you producing drugs? No. But at the end of the day, almost everything you talk about everything you criticize, government official violating the code of conduct, your guys are doing it. So we know everything you talk about is only for election purposes, wanting to win election. We understand that one. But please, if you can fulfill all the 1 million things you promised us in this country, try on the election stage.
Let's see so we can take our clothes to wear and go to work. If we can get job, all the people can get job, let be on. Let be on, Alexa.
And that's the problem, right? Because this, we're sounding as though this is funny. It is very serious, yet funny. So the thing is, Liberians are people who are easily satisfied. And I say this as both a compliment and not a compliment. Because sometimes when you appear to be an at least person, you get the bare minimum. So it is like mediocre. At the end of the day, mediocrity is the order of the day. What I'm trying to say is we did not ask this man, Sharif from LEC, to promise. When that man was an actant, he promised everybody in this country a lot of different things, especially people who are on LEC. The man said, no horse will go out of there calling for so time. This, and that, right? So it has been a year since that happened. He promised us, and everybody was like, oh, we need to give this man an award because he has come with a very good intention to make sure we have stable electricity in the country. Fast forward to a year later, here we are. We hanking on current, like anytime the show can go off. And just imagine, we're not selling anything. We're not selling fish. We're not selling chicken feet. We're not selling cooked meals where we will be able to store it in our freezer or whatever. We have a radio station where we have different, electronic devices and whatever it is. Still, letting it can spoil. Let's go to people who are selling food. People who prep their meals.
they're going to store, the things they're going to, prep in their fridge and all those different things to be able to have it really safe to stay longer to sell. So what becomes of those people who depends on electricity to run their businesses?
So basically, the guy
They're losing every day,
Mm.
and not everyone will have money to purchase generator as you have already purchased generator based on what is said by this McLean guy. So it is like a clear thing that this is a serious prank, and the joke is on us as Liberians because we are experiencing this effect, which is very negative. And it doesn't make any sense. And tomorrow you will still have people defending, especially when we're discussing this as a serious reality. People are defending, oh, your just won't criticize the thing. You get current to your, do you have electricity for 24 hours? No, you do not. So everybody's suffering from anything and they want to party in it. But you make a party in it, you're not feeling us. You're fooling us, you're pranking us. We don't know what to say because current Benin, oh my God. Anyway, he said I can just go over the Christmas like like,
Okay, so
so
basically, Alexa, there is no way we'll say this thing over and over.
you can fix it.
The guys have failed in giving us stable current. We manage what we have, and that's it. It's a shame. The current is only stable in rehab. I can tell you this for a fact.
Yeah.
The president lives there, so Sheriff, his duty is wake up in the morning, send the current rehab, and that's it. So by the time he knows it, the president Baga leave rehab, he can't send your mother. Put rehab or small. As soon as the president going by and send it by rehab, and that's what they're into. But there's a critical issue in the country we want to talk about. Jerome, did you follow the Norris Bidel situation?
Yeah.
So over the weekend, Alexa and Jerome, fellow Liberians, the Liberian people, over the years, the Liberian people experienced this tragic situation of Ebola. Oh yeah, this tragic situation of Ebola. The Liberian people experienced it. Very terrible. And a few days ago, if not day before yesterday, also, a Liberian nurse shared an information in the chat room. And that information that was shared, when we have the chance, we'll play it. But I'm still thinking whether we need to play it or not.
Not the chat room, but her response will be okay.
Okay, so we'll play her response.
Yeah, from the Africa has
So,
that.
in the chat room.
Yeah, so she alarmed in their chat room. And I'm gonna paraphrase what she said. I'm not gonna quote her verbatim. So she said there were Liberians who went to Uganda and other places for some kind of conference,
A church conference.
church conference,
Yeah.
and when they returned to the country, some of them were being monitored for signs and symptoms of Ebola. God save our country.
Mm-hmm.
And so, based on what she knew, she decided to communicate in their chat room, asking her fellow medical workers to be very, very careful, especially when administering medical treatment to patients at their various medical facilities. Somebody took the audio from the chat room and forwarded the audio to the authorities. The woman was arrested. And according to the information, she was arrested because she blew a false alarm. They said the woman saying it won't make people will be scared. People will start panicking, and that's false news. On our law, it is a crime. I don't have a lot to say about what the government did. I don't have a lot to say about why she was arrested. But Jerome, that is the conversation. Alexa, that is where we are. The woman said, based on what she gathered from those who returned, and she also mentioned other people, that those individuals were suspected to have had some signs and symptoms that could be traced to Ebola. And looking at it and judging from the experience we have had before in 2013 and 2014, the only thing you could have done was to advise your colleagues when you go in, wear your PPE, protect yourself, keep away from patients, especially patients who you are not satisfied with like that. Remain very, very protective in the discharge of your medical duties. General, let hear you. What was it to you? She was arrested. Was the government overly stepping her bounds? Was the government overly active? Are they creating a scene? What is it? What is it from your angle? Then we hear Alexa.
So, for my point, when you look at past experiences, not from the Ebola situation, but how governments have responded to these things. In 1999, it was like when the first gun was sounded across the border into Gekidu, people say, oh, it was lie. At the end of the day, the government didn't agree until it got chaotic, serious, and it burst out, and it was the reality. When Ebola came to Liberia and there were pockets of information, the same government again, a government in Liberia, said that information wasn't true.
Oh, yeah. Until Patrick Sawyer had to go to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And took Ebola to the people country in Nigeria. Patrick Sawyer.
And it got serious. Who used to work at the finance ministry.
That's right.
Yeah. So these are things that often happen. And basically, when you look at this government, like I always say, the government fails to take responsibility and to be serious and truthful to the ordinary people. If you were to look at, and I think we're going to do that to give our conversation justice, the lady said she got the information from a supervisor from the Ministry of Health. And the government said the woman, was raising false alarm.
We're trying to get her audio cue. Go ahead.
So, for me, I think, look, if any Liberian sits somewhere and think that the Ebola we are talking about is the Ebola that was here 2014, that they will give you tablet, will give you vaccine, you miss it. As a matter of fact, this is the 17th Ebola outbreak in DR Congo, but this one is kind of different. It do not have a treatment.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It do not have.
That's what it said. It doesn't have. Yeah,
and the World Health Organization is saying if we were to look for vaccine or treatment, it would take 6 to 9 months. So it is not something to say, oh, we had an experience. As a matter of fact, the government should be truthful. At the end of the day, in 2014, we lost over 4,500 human beings based on, the information isn't true.
Denial.
Yeah. Oh, the information isn't true. So all I can say for Princess to come in, we should be dealing with a government that should be truthful. Be truthful. If a supervisor from the government Ministry of Health will go into a meeting, giving the people this information, sensitizing the health workers, and somebody leaves there and say, okay, let's do this, spreading this message to save life, and the government comes back and say, oh, they're arresting the person because the person is spreading false information. We have to be serious. There are a lot of misinformation the government has put out to the public. They didn't go to court, they didn't arrest anybody. This is human life, and this is the worst Ebola we're talking about around the world. Yeah, I can stop there.
Okay, Alexa.
Can you play the?
We're trying to get a cue.
Okay, so I mean, if you're in this country now, and if you're here in 2014, 2013, I think you know about Ebola. And I have a friend who lost his entire family to Ebola, and he's the only person right now bearing his family's name. So it tells you how deadly it is. And no one in this country wants to experience that. No one wants to have another moment where everybody is scared, everybody is living in fear, and everybody's just indoors trying to protect themselves, their families. You wouldn't have any connection to the outside world because you're so scared. And also for people who saw some of the families quarantined, some of the families who died, you know exactly what they went through. And when you listen to just how this thing treats you, it tells you greatly that this is no joke. So what is happening from the weekend, we saw what was shared across social media. I don't know who exactly shared the nurse's voice notes, but it was shared on the social media, and different blogs listed, different blogs actually shared as well. And it reached to a huge portion of our country's population, and everybody was like, we have to take precaution because this is not something we want in our country. And now the point here is the fact that this nurse is now in the custody of the police, and everybody is concerned because how will a person just sit? For me, that's what I'm thinking, Oliver. How will a person just sit and just create, serious, lines and phrases around something that's so deadly, and that person shares without thinking about, hey, I'm going to be caught. If I'm lying, I'm going to be caught in this lie. I am not discussing an ordinary person, a person who is a nurse, a person who is working somewhere that everybody knows. How does a person sit and just, if it is fabrication, just fabricate something and just put, those words together and it is shared? It is not simple for that to be done, especially when you're discussing something that's very, very serious. It is not simple for that to be done. It means there's smoke or there's fire somewhere. This lady shared an audio where she was cautioning her colleagues and some other people to know exactly what's happening, and probably a meeting that was held based on her account, that everybody needs to be very careful, and that you had someone from, or a couple of people who had gone for a conference in Rwanda, East Africa, and they got back here, they passed through the airport, and later on it was detected that they're from this country, and based on that, people need to be extra careful because these people likely to have Ebola. Everybody is scared. Everybody wants to know, hey, what happened? Boom. The following day, this lady is arrested. She's taken to the headquarters of the Liberian National Police. Why? I don't know. Because for me, what she explained, you're trying to get that video, what she later narrated. She didn't just say, I sat down and I said those words on my own. No. She named different individuals from the head of the nursing. How do they call that? Mrs. Jokai. Her husband is in the news. She's also in the news. She mentioned this lady's name, the wife of Josiah Jokai. That this is the person who said this, and that, and this. Now, my point is the same situation that happened at the border. We'll listen to different pieces of information. I'm trying to make a point. We'll listen to different pieces of information from one person to another. And they say, oh la la, they put not capture our evil. They not report our fled. Fast forward, we saw another narrative that, oh, the young people finish putting our fled up. I told you, I said, nobody put our fled down. So how young people put our fled up? That was another narrative. And then we saw what was happening, and it was made clear that, of course, there was, a situation at the border, and you had the presence of Guinean soldiers from Guinea at the border. You had different narratives. First, it was a lie. Second, people were, just trying to intensify what was happening. It was not that serious. And as we speak, at about this moment, we still have the presence of Guinean soldiers at the border. It is no longer a lie. That's not a fabricated story. We still have them there. I'm saying this to me, if what that nurse said is accurate, and the people who are in authority are yet to communicate that to the public, I think it is unfair to the general public if the information is correct.
That means it is unfair to the public because in matching incubation, it takes up to 21 days to know if this person has Ebola or not. And then you will have people roaming all around the country. They're going to get in contact with me, with Oliver, and with Al Jerome. You're going to get in contact with someone else. And we don't know what's happening because it is said to be a lie. We're moving, God forbid. Yeah, we're moving about our.
No Ebola person will see me.
No problem. We're moving about our normal activities, and we're going here. We're going to the supermarket. We're going to the gas station. We're going everywhere, and we don't know who we're interacting with. We don't know the people we're interacting with. We don't know where these people are from. We don't know exactly. So if this is accurate information from this nurse who maybe out of the kindness and compassion or out of the feeling that, hey, I think I need to protect people, I owe it to them as a nurse, as a medical practitioner to save life first. That's why I'm sharing this information. It means she doesn't need to be in the custody of the Liberia National Police. It means the people's names she mentioned, that she also be called the same way she had been taken there, whether it is Mrs. Jokai or other people's names that she mentioned. Everyone else needs to be at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. So you cannot just sit back and say, I'm going to write a statement to clarify what the nurse said. I'm not going to be present. I think LMP needs, at about this moment, LMP needs to call the other people whose names were mentioned. That means we're being fair. But at the end of the day, how the news can start small. Oh la la, then it tend to chew wanted to make you scary. Let when I about making us scary, Benny. If the thing I almost say like chew, and your funny means to do some kind of thing, you please say it sooner so we can know what to do. Okay, we need to know what to do as early as possible. Else, we know what thing happened in the country in 2014. I was just a teenager. I was a teenager. I don't call my age, but I was a teenager, and I know exactly what I saw. I know exactly what happened, and it was actually crazy. And this is a very crucial moment, not just in Liberia, but in Africa, because USAID, they're not here. The United States was a huge sponsor to the World Health Organization, Oliver. Right? And imagine you're discussing this an epidemic again. It is going to be very crazy because we may not have what it takes to handle ourselves. We don't have the money, we don't have the facilities to some extent to really help ourselves. So it is going to be very drastic. So we get market women in the market, Latina almost say going across. Whether she in police custody, she not there, it's going across already. People already hearing all the things and this that Ministry of Health, they're going to come out. The National Public Health Institute of Liberia, they're going to come out. They're going to say, oh, that's a lie. But please, in case this woman is being factual, please let us know sooner. And LMP should also call the other people, because we don't want this thing to be like the regular thing that it is selective, or because this lady was caught in where did she get the information from? She will not just say now and say that all they were telling me to, that all they were telling me so that why I'm saying it. I can't just allow all they want to know, all they were living, all they will be caught. It is not possible at this point in time. It is not possible. So call all the people and also question them the same way you're having this lady. That's all I can say.
Okay, so I mean, interestingly, here's the audio which we try getting it. It is difficult, but we'll try to play it before we go to take calls. So Alexa and Jerome, place it very squarely. The point is not to only rubbish what the woman said, but the point is to go beyond and understand exactly what is happening. I know MPhil issue a statement, this and that, and we all understand the rest of it. I also know that the government of Liberia may be very cautious in not wanting people, to run with the news of Ebola being in the country so that people cannot run into panic mode. It also has economic implication. There is a national security, concern with it as well. Businesses could start to, to shut down. People saw what Ebola did here. So
Yeah. No one wants to go back to that.
fine. So the government could be acting, very swiftly in preventing what one may want to refer to as, not wanting people to panic, like I said earlier on. But what truly matters is for the government to be sincere to her conscience, and that is why Alexa made it very clear. And I'm gonna overly mention, if you are sure that there is no Ebola and there is nothing like Ebola in this country, which we pray should be the case, then no issue. That means you were right to have arrested the lady, to handcuff her, and all of the disgrace you did. It means your action is justifiable. But in the event rather, where you know 100% that the thing that we're talking, there are individuals who return to this country from Uganda. And there is a possibility that these individuals may have had contact with Ebola patients in the East African country and so forth. But the only reason why you are arresting those women is to avoid public panic and so forth. Then the process was wrong, and everything surrounding it was inappropriate. Ebola doesn't know who is a unity partisan. Ebola got no control over whether you are a CDC person. In fact, Ebola even won't know whether you can worship Joe Baka or you can criticize him. When you dunk in yourself, you fall in the line of Ebola, there is a whole lot that we cannot talk about on the radio. So it is very important for those who are in the sector to be very careful on how they go about doing these things. We have the lady audio. And I'll try, Alexa and Jerome, I will try for us to see if we can play just a minute of it so that the Liberian people will hear what she responded to. This was when they arrested her. So in handcuff, we hear exactly what the situation is.
So yesterday we had a training and slash meeting in the nursing directors of GK, the nursing directors, Mrs. Jubal and Luke and the nursing directors is Jubal and Luke is one of the managers at GFK. Both of them came along, they did training, there was some in-service training. After the training, like there were some PPEs. Yes. So they were like putting us on the alert that we need to be very careful whilst we giving care. Yes. Even when we're going into any kitchen, we should have long sleeves on, and we should make sure that we are in any kitchen, we should get a PPE on to keep safe. The reason we increase a lot is because instead of group of people that really Uganda, conference in their Zoom practice, and these people pass through the airport, and the airport authority, that was Mrs. Joko was saying it, he said the airport authority didn't notice until the already passed at the time they noticed that they came from Uganda. He said, among those people about how they were sick and was brought to GFK.
They were sick and what?
They were sick and was brought to GFK, and they were showing all the signs and symptoms of Ebola. Their eyes were red, their ears were red.
Who was saying this to you?
Mrs. Joka was saying it to the body, the entire body. Yes, their eyes were red.
Okay. So Jerome and Alexa, when you listen to what the lady was saying, she said the nurse director at GFK, Josiah Joka, his wife, is the nurse director at GFK. The lady is saying Josiah Joker woman, who is the head of the nurses there, who can direct the nurses' activities at GFK. Or Osman at the CSA director, then she can direct the nurses to GFK. One family you're running the whole country. No issue. That's a different discussion.
Yeah.
The woman is saying Joker wife told them that 5 human beings came from Uganda, they passed through our airport, and that they were showing signs and symptoms of Ebola at JFK. And so they should be careful. She says she was part of that group that Josiah Joker woman were advancing. We put it in simple Liberian English so that I hope you understand it. I want you to listen to her. Listen to her again.
Who is saying this to you? In their Zoom and these people passed to the airport. In the airport authority, Mrs. Joker was saying it.
Yeah, she said that was Mr. Joker who was saying it. Josiah Joker West was the one who was saying it.
He said the airport authority didn't notice until the already passed at the time.
So they say our airport authority to the airport, the both people who in power. Ebola in Congo, the both people taking care of our airport. The woman is saying, Josiah Joker woman told them that the 5 human beings when they came back from Uganda, our airport people then did not take note about them. They passed through the airport and they came to Liberia. So who they in the other way, we do not know. The woman is saying that Josiah Joker woman was the one who told them at a nurse gathering at JFK. So she didn't pick the information up from the sky or from the blue moon. She said Josiah Joker woman, who is the director for nursing activities, told, yes, she was specific.
Very specific.
Which is that they came from and say, I'm going to speak about how they were sick and was brought to GFK.
You were sick or what?
They were sick and was brought to GFK. It was showing all the signs and symptoms of Ebola. Their eyes were red. Their ears were red.
Who was saying this to you?
Mrs. Joker was saying it to the body.
Okay, the journalist asked her, who are telling you, say the 5 men who they brought from Uganda, the eyeball were red, the other one were red, this. Who are telling you all the things? She said, Mr. Joker. She was telling the body, which means the group of nurses. He was briefing the nurses almost like your insecurity mufti, and they gave me your security briefing in the morning. Look, gentlemen, today I wake up, the men will put opinion in the people barrel. They say that they said I can't do. They won't be vigilant. So she too, she said she was part of the nurses who were listening when their director, Josiah Joker woman, was telling them, say, the 5 men in the burn in the hospital, they were showing signs and symptoms of Ebola. So you want to be careful.
Who was saying this to you?
Mrs. Joker was saying it to the body. Yes. The eyes were red, the ears were red, and all the signs. If people don't handle it, so they had to call the surveillance team in Anniver the case to it.
Okay. So the Josiah Joker woman told them that JFK people couldn't handle it. So they had to call the surveillance team to come for the 5 human beings. How you go about arresting this woman without hearing her out? The woman did not say okay, say. The woman is saying Josiah Joker woman, who is the head of the nurses at JFK. Why didn't you grab Josiah Joker wife and put her in the same handcuff?
Exactly what I said.
Oh, because of Josiah Joker woman? Because of Josiah Joker woman? I'm speaking of Gregory Como. Because of Josiah Joker woman?
For everybody, and choose everybody.
The same woman whose voice you heard for which you arrested her is saying she heard it from this other person, and that's how she went in another health chat room. She's not only a JFK worker, she said she worked at Hope for Women.
Yeah.
So that's how she went to Hope for Women. She went in Hope for Women chat room and said, oh, I work in JFK. Oh, this is why I want people to talk to JFK. Oh, so the way we working to the other side, the nurses can work too. They were working to the other side. Y'all please, let me wearing our PPE, let me protecting ourselves, so that we will not trust the patient. When the patient showing signs and symptoms, we will not trust it. Let's do this and do that. I mean, shake. Yeah.
She told her children as well.
Good.
He's taking it.
So at the end of the day, this woman was not quoting herself. She was not quoting Mami Wata. She was quoting somebody who is living in flesh and blood. Josiah Joker, who sacking civil servants in the country for political reason, but he can go dance to Tea Party that the woman was quoting.
Yes. They're just saying it as what precautions, and it's everything we're doing. We gotta be very careful, even though the Ministry of Health have not come to say it yet, but we should be careful because, as it says, we are the first lines. So the gentle of telling us. So when I went home, I called my children, I gave them a lot.
So yeah, she said Josiah Joker woman told them that even though the Ministry of Health not come up in there to say it, but you gotta be careful because what we saw, the people that were showing signs and symptoms. They came from Uganda, they passed through the airport authority did not notice them, and so they started developing some other sicknesses. The team, the brother here to check them, they were showing signs and symptoms. I had to call the surveillance team, the team came here to JFK and took them. So how she told us, she said, when I went home, I called my children. Listen to the woman. So when the police were rushing to go arrest the woman, why is Josiah Joker wife who get in the briefing not in her call today?
Yeah. The present situation that is going on. And I also work at Home for Women. So I decided to work
at Home for Women?
Home for Women.
At school?
I'm a minister too.
Okay.
So I decided to alert my ministers. Yes.
Okay. So she works at JFK, but at the same time, we Hope for Women. So after getting the briefing from JFK, the big hospital now, she go to Hope for Women and say, oh, my people, they all of them are working. That thing I hear there. Yeah. You understand it? That thing I hear there. They say 5 men came from Uganda, they get Ebola out. I mean, they showing signs and symptoms of Ebola out. But the government come out to say it clearly here. But since we are the first responders, we the nurses that we the one the first that they say they start to rule. Let's be careful on how we do our thing. Wear your PPE, protect yourself when you go in to have those kind of interaction with patients and so. That was the conversation. That's how she put it in their Hope for Women chat room. And someone away left her in the chat room.
You come to the earrings.
Grab a common pick on it, put him on the woman, and then TikTok video with the woman.
Okay.
So I said I'm going to them, and I think because like I try to call these people on my phone, you know, chatting. So I decided to send to them just to alert them.
Okay, so she said how she started to send voice recording in the Hope for Women chat room. Because the call all of them over and over, it will be hard. So you just recorded the voice and put it in the chat room.
Yeah, somebody I never did this in any political field. I never did it to create influence.
She said she did not do it for any political reason. She didn't do it for any political interest. Josiah Joker woman was the one who came and told us, hey, I'm gonna be careful. Why he not come from Uganda before? The way we look at the hospital to JFK, they were showing signs and symptoms, and the surveillance team came and carried them. So let's be careful. She doesn't want to be wicked and mean with the information because she's a nurse. She's working at Hope for Women Hospital also. If she doesn't say that to the people at Hope for Women, they could be risking their life and also her own life because she's working with them. We told her one LEC rep, and we call her, we'll come back. We'll let her know. So she was trying to say, look, you know what? At this level, all I'm going to do is, look, listen, we're going to talk to our people at Hope for Women so that the same advice I got from Josiah Joker woman to JFK, I will also pass that advice to my people to Hope for Women because we are the nurses. The politicians and the journalists, they can't get sick always to come to the hospital. They can't interact with sick people. That we are the ones interacting with sick people. So since there is an information about 5 human beings who came down with signs and symptoms, though not publicly confirmed by the Ministry of Health, but since we don't want to be taking care of them, let's be careful. How she sent recording in the chat room, and recording left the chat room and came to the Liberia National Police.
And it was never meant to even be out.
She said it was not for politics, but none of the people scared. It was intended to pass on the same message Josiah Joker woman passed on to them. Josiah Joker woman told them to JFK, and the only job she had to do was to take the sweet message of hope and caution to Women of Hope Hospital, where she is also an employee. So say, my people, the big hospital people then told us, say, we'll be careful here. So the way we're inside here, let's be careful here too. That was the only thing. No politics, nothing, only pure health. Health matter. Caution.
I only did it to protect fellow nurses in the other facility that I work. So I'm basically away. As I said, in my say again, the nursing director, Mrs. Juka, was the one that was writing the nurses of the present situation.
As I said, and I will say it again, it was the nursing director, Mr. Joker, Josiah Joker woman, who was alerting the nurses about the present situation. She is not the progenitor of this news.
It was told.
She said she was part of a group of nurses who were being briefed by Josiah Joker Webb. If you do not know Josiah Joker, and the man who presided over the dismissal of 800 persons from the Ministry of State, 207 from City Hall, 207 from the Ministry of Transport, and multiple across the government entities. Some of them he sacked them because he said they were part of politics. Yesterday he was dancing with Tifa.
Joanna T. Joker.
The Josiah Joker woman.
Yeah.
I prefer to call her Josiah Joker woman.
No, she has her own profession, and you know.
Hey, Josiah Joker woman.
I don't tell you.
Josiah Joker woman is the nursing director. Okay, so I need Joanna T. That you will call her name. And you know, that you will call her name that way.
Mrs. Joanna D.
Mrs. Joanna D. Jokai, the wife of Josiah Jokai.
Yeah, for those of you who don't
Hospital
know.
CSA director, wife, nurse director. Fine. I Joe Baga got elected for. No issue, different discussion, different day.
Different day.
Different discussion, different day. But you know what? The letter said it clearly that it came from Madam Joanna
D. Jokai.
D. Jokai, the wife of Josiah Jokai, the CSA boss,
nursing director,
the director of CSA wife.
So it came from a government official wife.
Thank you.
Who is
also
also
a government official, something away.
Yeah.
So the point is, this lady was only passing on information given to her by somebody. She is only the messenger. Someone like Keoke say, at Freedom Radio Library, we got the best advertising rate for clients who want to do radio advertisement.
Yeah.
Then you go sit down in the KK, you say, at Freedom FM, their rates are very, 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 very affordable. Freedom FM covered 9 of Liberia 15 counties with a huge social media presence. Very, very great political coverage. They got commercial coverage. They got all of the coverage. They have it. They have good number of followers. Why are you going to the president responsible when the president heard saying it? You should be inviting Madam Joker to the Ministry of Justice, to the police. And we're saying, Joker, did you say this to nurses? Be asking this woman, who are the other nurses who were there?
Everybody's names mentioned should be called.
Should be called.
And that's the honest way to go about
it.
And
And my point is, don't tell me say you invited Mr. Joker. I will not believe it because when you were inviting the woman, you parked the camera. I mean, we have a camera government.
You put in an ambulance. You took her at the headquarters of the Liberia National Police.
You put
journalists all around.
The quarter vehicle, the police beast.
Okay, she was handcuffed.
You place her in handcuff to take her to investigate her for an information she was spreading, an information she did not create according to her story. She is not the progenitor.
And one thing, right? The thing is, I said earlier on, but maybe they didn't get it. That audio was not meant to leave from where it was sent.
It was intended for the chat room.
Yeah. It was more like an internal thing where we have a chat room here at Freedom, and I send a message to advise everybody. So the person that take it from in the chat room too, another problem.
So that investigation should be done because the point is, look, sometimes somebody can die from some family. You keep in the chat room and say, don't tell anybody until we tell some person.
Yes.
That information will be coded, but it is within that particular area.
And you know what to do.
The Josiah Joker wife, told them, and nurse. In my mind, Nurse Bidel, the reason for going to Hope of Women, because she's aware that nurses interact with the same tool.
Yeah.
Look, that man can get running somebody to Cali Hospital. We can't make it. What will carry him?
You gotta go to JFK.
So if the nurses at Cali Hospital are not acknowledged about a potential outbreak of Ebola in the country, and to go and recklessly be handling patient taking at a normal times, they could contract it. They dare to go to JFK and bring it and spray. So she said, look, see, we are the ones in the sector. More that we say here, people hunting, people doing this, do that. So people will advise people in their own terrain. People in the professional space will advise people in the professional space.
Yeah.
So she was really trying to be nice and to save her profession, because at the end of the day, the same patient that she's taking care of, the person with that patient will be taken care of by another nurse. So if the other nurse can get the information, that nurse could pass the disease to the patient who will later on come to work for treatment as well. People don't want to endanger their lives. Out of that 4,500 people you talk about, Jerome, do you know a good portion of that number were medical workers? Most of the people who started dying initially were healthcare givers. For them, they did not care. They were there with the person sweating too much, they take the cough, wiping the sweat, thinking it's a normal malaria, thinking it is normal ailment, but that's Ebola.
Even in the DR Congo, do you know what happened? The people, they didn't know because it's strange. So over 1 month, all over, nurses started dying before they posted, but a strange disease or Ebola.
Okay.
So the new Ebola, like I said, is not a regular one.
Yeah.
So nurses are like people who are on the full.
So at the end of the day,
our intention was not wrong.
No. So if you have issue with what she did by sending the information, call Josiah Joker West.
Call a whole clique in simple English.
Call Madam Joker West.
Since you want person don't check the bench, call the person that getting the news.
Madam Joker, why do you call the people that the tell and say 5 person can hear this and that? What is the information? What is it? She too may have gotten the information from other people
somewhere else.
That's how you do investigation. And don't tell me say you now invite the woman to LMP.
Where?
We need to see videos. Yeah. The same way you disgrace Madam Bidel, you should put camera on Josiah Joker West too. In fact, she should be handcuffed.
And I'm also thinking about something, right? Now that this lady is sharing what she heard publicly that she's in police custody, it is possible. A theory, by the way. It's just okay. We tell us that she will stay on our side. Yeah, all our inner meeting, all the kind of that we know get one thing to say. You getting my point, right? We have one thing to say, and we're going to deny that anything like that was said.
Then God is God.
So she is going to handle her own.
Then God will punish people. Look, let me say this: there is, and I like that part, because there is a possibility that people want to do politics.
Exactly.
People want to save face. But hey, if what this lady said is exactly what Josiah Joker West said, then we are in trouble as a country. You remember what she said? She said Joker West told them that 5 of these individuals were showing signs and symptoms of Ebola.
Yeah.
They were removed from JFK by the surveillance team.
We even need a surveillance team to be called to someone.
So what am I Joker said? Whether she were meant to telling the nurses or so,
that's my problem.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
I'm sure the law enforcement officers will know how to get the truth. Look, Alexa, the whole room can even lie. The whole room can even agree, say, you know what?
Wait. You see the law enforcement will know how to do what? You know what can happen here this time, right?
So fine. I mean, you're right about it. You're right about it. You're right. You're 100% right about it.
We elected a democratic government, but we run a jungle justice system.
A normal government, an impartial police force,
exactly, independent.
Even if the whole JFK decided to conspire against Nurse Bidel, assuming the whole JFK decided to say, that thing what she said, we're only talking about in the hospital. We to
carry anywhere.
Carry the whole for women.
Yeah.
So when they carry the tell people say, in our autarky, even if the whole JFK decided to conspire, a trained and independent police force, void of unity party t-shirts, we only need to summon about 4 or 5 nurses. Don't tell me that. That they know how to play with. They're not brave. There are 4 or 5 nurses will just summon, get them to the CSD, and thoroughly interrogate them. The truth will come out. People when they laugh from a distance. You look at me, I ask you some question. From the way you look at me, I tell you something, you lying. Get up here from me. And that's just, your point is right, but it's very extreme.
No, it is.
It's extreme that they may want to do that. Because you know why? The very nurses themselves who were present, judging from what Madam Bidel said, the nurses themselves who were present may not even want to agree for somebody to tell and say, you're my last, we not say it. Because you know why? They are at risk.
They have children. They have family members.
They are the first individuals who will be at risk. If the initial caution by Madam Joka is something to go by, so I'm not too sure the nurses will want to compromise their safety.
I just had to make that point because we know exactly what is happening nowadays.
And that's a good one. And so if even what Alexa said is something that you people are contemplating on, remember, when you conceal the truth because you want to satisfy a particular political, operation, you are risking your lives. Because when the ambulance comes, whoa, that y'all go take care of it. So it's better you guys be honest and say, look, director told us, directress told us, how are you, where I can call her? It's up to you. Directors told us this. Whether we were supposed to go and say it to other nurses, we do not know. But that's why she told us. Some of us thought to keep it here amongst ourselves, and tell people one-on-one, so that they be on their heels. Because they almost said the directors told them that although the Ministry of Health is yet to come up publicly, but since I am your directress, I want to ensure that I let you know so that you can be on your guard. This is how a responsible system should operate. So look, the police should be doing us a favor. Am I saying favor? The police should be doing her job.
Work.
Do your job. Call Mr. Joka. Inquire from her. Did you say this? Did you say that to your nurses? If so, what's the reliance? Can you give us your additional information? Maybe we have the police to track the inventory at the Raleigh International Airport to know how many individuals pass through that terminal.
And that's a good thing.
Who all flew on that flight? We can identify them, but we also have the contact tracing, a system in place. The good thing about Liberia already experienced it. There is a whole template on the book what we know how to do. The contact tracers can go to work. The surveillance team can get to action. Can start to trace those who flew on the same flight, those who passed through the same terminal. Go there. Oh man, they do the airport. See the man can don't see the man getting sick. No, how many days not passed? 21 days plus.
To track everybody.
Okay, but anyway, so they marry. Let's go check the man. We check him. If he's clear, then he's surrounding. Negative. And we go to other places and manage to trace this and that. We have that contact tracing, network in place. Good thing is we all work in the Ebola situation. We work in it. So Liberia is ready. The infrastructure here is already available. The technical know-how to a greater extent, we have it. So there should be no reason why our people would know that there is a possibility of truth in what the lady said. But because she is now the official channel and wanting to to do it. My best bet, as we'll be going to the lines, to take few calls on it. As we'll be going to the lines to take few calls on this topic, my best advice is for every entity in this country, every public facility in this country. Today is Monday. Maybe between now to Thursday. If you do not have, start to save. Start to save some money to get your hand wash materials posted at the entry of your facilities, your restaurant, your cook shop, your whatever. Am I saying Ebola in Liberia? No.
But even NFL and the Ministry of Health still they're saying to us that we have to take every
precautionary measure.
Wash your hands, or shaking hands.
Get all your bucket and tin outside. If you have the buckets, put them out. If you do not have, try and get one, fix one, put it out, and let's start. To observe the hand washing thing. I know it's going to be a difficult thing to tell people not to go do body fluid because since 2014 up to now, people still mingling now. People ain't scary anymore.
Go to your class.
So there's a whole lot. But somewhere, somehow, if you feel sick, I don't even know what else to do about this moment.
Okay.
But first and first, let our health workers understand what they're doing. If this woman got an information from Joka Wef and she decided to spread it to another health facility in their chat room, I don't see what is wrong in it. The person who took the voicemail from the message,
And that person we're looking for.
what was the intent?
Nah, actually, I believe in you looking.
What was the intent of the individual? Was the intent to go to the police and say, oh, we're talking food in there? Or the intent was to tell the person in the police said this. Whatever the intent was, Madam Joka has all of the answers. She will need to come and clear her side, and that should be made public. But at the end of the day, please, all of the preventive measures, try as hard as possible. Let's start with the hand watch.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep our buckets. If you can own your sanitizer hanging on you, after shaking 2-3 human being hand, you are not being selfish. You are being careful.
You have to be.
Wash your hand. Sanitize your hand. Keep some concern. Some level of distance. That you want to consider when interacting with people. Especially when you see that they are showing some signs. I know some men who can naturally drinking you the apple red. So you may not want to just look at the man who drinking you the apple red and automatically think that he is coming down with COVID or so. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we ought to be very serious. We ought to be very, very concerned about this situation. It is unfortunate, but that's exactly where we are.
On inviting Josiah Joka's wife, Madam Johanna D. Joka, Mark Richard Wille is careful. He says during the incident at the Capitol building with the fire, Koga and Colette were not invited by the police.
I see the same point I was making,
the same
right?
government. And for me, the intention of that lady wasn't bad. She's only trying to save life. But like you said, this is not the first time a government denying. So keep your sanitizer with you.
Yeah,
it's still there. And this is difficult. It's strange, and we have to keep saying it. Some of you are not around. A lot of things been happening, and with Ebola, it's scary. You can be whosoever. That's it. But Oliver, as you said, we'll go to the telephone.
I would like to re-emphasize as we're going to the phone lines, right? If what that lady said is accurate, please, you tell all the truth. They say better can go bien. Again, can you phone? And also, all the name that we call, you please call him and go do the same questioning you did. Because to be able to resolve a problem or an issue, you should know the root cause. Where did the information come from? Is she a secondary source? Is Mrs. Joanna D. Jokai the wife of the CSA boss? Is she the primary source? Is she another secondary source? We need to know. So that's why you should call all these people for questioning. Yeah. It is very important. And with or without the presence of Ebola in this country, make sure you wash your hands, because that was also said by the Ministry of Health as well as the National Public Health Institute. No, they say with or without. Get your list on sanitizer. Make sure you wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people. Stop hugging me. I'm not hugging nobody right now. Stop shaking hands. Prevent yourself or protect yourself however you want to take it. Do that. Well, the thing the nurse said, for me, I don't know how to last. So, in that possible, I would just say that people needed to get us say that all they were.
But she giving detailed information. Detailed information.
It means something is wrong with you if you can just say
this woman is a nurse.
She is.
She has no other reason to call out her director.
Your boss lady is going to be fired.
What's the intent?
Like, it is not possible to just get
what is the intent? But wait now, which political party will want Ebola in the country?
God forbid. The Tinami party.
Well, no, Ebola can deliver party. Ebola knows that you supporting Baka or you can cause him.
It can clear anybody.
Ebola ain't even get time to know who you are. So who will support spreading Ebola news in a country?
Exactly.
For what?
That's
Ebola
crazy.
made me think about 3 times in one day.
We're gonna go to the lines.
People will go by the Jimmy hacking.
You know, all of us go there now. The person out with that. I say, "Paul, what happened? That time I come here, but now go start. I go take my come out." The person come back. The person say, "But Jimmy, why you sweating for?" I said, "No, I'm not sweating. I come here. I go my inside. I go."
Because you're scared. Like just the fear alone. You know.
Yeah.
But
Nobody want to have.
But we gotta go to the lines
We don't really want
quickly.
it.
Tomorrow we'll expand on the other topic. But the point is, Josiah Joker is the head of CSE.
And again, right? Just on the same thing about not being selective. The same fear again. Remember, Gestapo. I'm sorry, Sam Jackson situation.
We're gonna go to
It's the same thing. You don't use the same energy of one person and then use the energy of another person. That's the same thing we're
The
seeing.
public name is Sam Jackson, not Gestapo. Why are you
Yeah,
using,
man.
why are you using that in the radio? But listen.
Yes,
Listen,
sorry.
you see when we say the country is retrogressing, people think we're joking.
Yeah.
Look at what is happening today in Liberia.
Today happening.
The man who sacked people because he said they were political was seen yesterday.
Ain't say we'll wait for tomorrow.
No, we're not starting the conversation. Seen yesterday talking politics. Josiah Joker, who sacked people from government because he said they were talking politics, writing politics.
It was against the law.
It was against the law. He went yesterday and started dancing with Tifa, who they used to call criminal fella, when and pledged support to Joe Barker. That's the country we have.
So while we're coming back tomorrow, please make sure you read Animal Farm.
That's the country we have at about this moment. I'm only feeling sorry for those people, children who lost their jobs, who Josiah Joker made, jobless, took their food from their table, made them hungry, made their children to be confused that they don't know even where to get the next school fees from.
Yeah.
Made them jobless, took their food from the table for a particular policy that he himself cannot keep. But a woman, a director for nurses at JFK. He too is a director for CSA.
I mean, I just started for the rescue.
The both of them making money. A woman and him making money in the government. The big people in the government. He sacked other people because he said they pushed their political views.
And yesterday
They were involved with politics. He went to a political rally yesterday wearing purple, interacting with people wearing purple, dancing and singing to a chorus.
the same man we're talking about.
The
His
same
wife.
man who made people jobless. A woman that they have for the nations to JFK.
Tomorrow to get Easter. Yeah, we'll come out tomorrow. We're gonna get back here.
We'll go into the lines. You can comment on any of it. But the main topic tomorrow is the Joker issue. We want to start in the conversation. That is how evil the country is becoming. The other butchering will be hungry.
Very selective.
That woman and woman got BB jobs in the country.
You're passing news around.
Passing news around. Ah, Ebola, woman doing it. He the TV program, they see a woman passing Ebola news around and everything. By the end of the day, people, children are hungry, jobless, out of school. But he did dancing, talking politics because the man who's was sacking, the man was not sacking.
I know it is in the man's favor.
So he got right now to sack people, children, and made them homeless and take the food from the table. But he violated the same law for which he was sacking people, children. Unfortunately, the men who was sacking were not sacking because at the main re-election they're working towards. Let's go to the lines and talk to callers here on 87.9. So call us on 086 500 104 0776 104 104 are the numbers to join the conversation on 87.9. Keep it coming into star 255 star 1 hatch. The more you play, the better your chances are. Let's talk to the first person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. This is GT calling from Kenya.
Go ahead.
Thank you for showing me. So the meeting was real with the woman. And the PPE warning was also real. But the nice is the problem. How come? I don't understand. So I have people trying to explain it all. The nice heard of Ebola warning. She went to a meeting. And she warned her family, her friends, and other co-workers. Then she get arrested for what? If a healthcare worker is officially warning people about something that's happening inside a big hospital, Why is she then punish my people? What is going on, my people? Because she did her own job seriously. That's why they punishing her for. They didn't need to stop. They told healthcare workers to protect themselves. And what they told me, I said, you protect yourself. But you know, the thing all of healthcare workers are care for the family and thing. That while they will do exactly what they will do. So I don't see anything that the woman did that was wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Some of the people are taking you off. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you from the US. Let's go back to America and talk to this person. Hello, sir. How are you? How you doing?
Good evening, Turkey. Good evening to Elasa and good evening to Ajin.
Go ahead, quickly.
Okay, Turkey, my name is Mr. Gibbon and I'm calling from the United States. Okay, Turkey, there are several of topics that I touch, but the last one, the Ebola. Look, Turkey, this is a serious issue. And then, you know, one thing is, our government have decided to politicize everything, every single thing they put politics into it. This woman said they were having in-service training. In the in-service training, where the medical director at GFK told them that people went to Uganda, they came back and followed them, or check, and they show signs, positive signs of this Ebola. So when you're going, you're administering, you're doing your work, administering drugs and what have you, take time. Such as the key information. Why are you people shopping on the table? Ebola is not killing people in other countries. This is a serious issue. Read our in Nigeria 2013-2014. Okay, I cried when I saw the Kia motor left Banjo. Many with human car like no dead bodies. Or a rich from the ONF bridge who are going to Water Africa there. In that place is open down when the Kia motor rock. The human beings start dropping at 8 to 6. There were not human beings like no. And it's not about, just hiding everything. Is that Ebola issue that diplomacy again? We got diplomacy to the border. And we got diplomacy again.
We're hiding the border. We're hiding the border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're hiding for your border.
Yeah. Okay. When Ebola entered March 2013, it entered through fire. It was true, North Country entered. And then people denied it, that there was no Ebola. But again, it was already started in Guinea. We gotta be serious. Let us be serious, let us be serious for once, for Liberians. And then last week, okay, about the LDC, about the current. Look, you know the reason why when Siku took over and he said they were not going to be, the LDC were going to be stable, he thought that he has met a government that said that Joshua was not doing nothing except to solve exactly what Joshua, the effort he made, how much that the book people building left behind. And Joshua government was able to pay to sustain the current both in Guinea and in Liberia. So he thought he had made another serious government that could boost it. One way he was making different morale, that was their morale.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Musa. Let's leave you and talk to the person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Good evening, KOK. Good evening, Princess Alexa. Good evening, Jerome. Good evening to all peace-loving Liberians who are in tune.
Go ahead, Gus. Let's hear you.
For the record, yes. Thank you for the recognition. You know, I saw on a post today an epidemiologist agree with the arrest of the lady, Paula Fidel, for divulging information relative to the presence of Ebola in the country. I cannot fathom why they will want to go the route they have taken. In the first place, if the director of nurses, Mrs. Choka, could reveal to those people that there was a presence of an epidemic kind sickness in the form of Ebola in the country, there was nothing to
take for granted in the first place. And just let it be somebody who is cautious and know the kind of effect that Ebola had on this country in 2014 and 2015. She was not going to take it lightly. That's the reason why she did what she did. Having said that, Josiah Joker is indeed a jokester. This man, the last time I checked, 5 people because he claimed they were using their position or their job to carry out political activities. But there is he, and then as an official of government who steps over the how you call it, civil service, going to a political rally in sites that people will see and easily identify him as a partisan. Where do we put this kind of person?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. God's help will leave you right there. We talked to Randy Dapo from the U.S. Go ahead, Randy. Let's hear you.
Yes, Oliver, I hope you'll give me a little bit of time now for 1 minute or two. I will take that for that.
Go ahead.
Let me say to the Liberian people, the first question we need to ask the Buckeye administration is this: do we have an Ebola preparedness structure in place? Because since 2014, there should be a post-Ebola preparedness, and no preparedness should be based on tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. The next is not wrong. It's just that the administration is wrong. If there is a regional concern about Ebola outbreaks, then it should trigger the reason why the Ebola tier 1 should come out. And that should be warning to all nurses that we got information regarding the outbreak of Ebola. So therefore, we're going to conduct a preparedness training. That should have been tier 1. Tier 2, after that training, all nurses should have been asked to sign a document understanding that any information will be routed through the National Public Health Institution. And for any reason you go out there and put something out there, you'll be accountable. What we see today, the nurse is arrested, but there's no justification for that. That is a break in the process. The nurse only acted based on the past. Oliver, you just said when you were speaking to Alexa, I don't want to be around nobody who has Ebola. That means that you have a past knowledge about how dangerous that Ebola disease is. Mm-hmm. And that's why the nurse decided to go and reach to her friends. Now, doing the preparedness training, the National Public Health Institution and JFK should have said, okay, those of you guys who are close connection with JFK, we will be reaching out to other medical facilities to also carry out the training as well. And then we get on air. But again, nobody should sound any information out there. So Josiah Joker work, in my opinion, is unqualified to run my medical institution because she called these people. And as you rightly said, the police or whoever involved in the investigation, what we out here have not heard yet is the woman said Ebola in the country, they call for a meeting, they asked her to wear PPE. Those are questions that need to be answered by the authority that conducted the training to determine whether the nurse is lying or not. Oh, yeah. So every woman should have gone to Mrs. Joker and say, hey, the nurse said Ebola in the country. Is that true? The nurse said you provided training to her and order. Is that true? But you cannot bypass that question and go after the woman. Then that seems that the government is only trying to control the panic and not providing public health information to the public. I will leave it as that. Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you very much, Randy Dapo. We'll leave you right there. Let's go back to the lines and fetch for additional callers. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, don't leave it OP. Let's hear you.
Not disheartening to hear this kind of information emanating from our own country. Now, let me tell you something. Ebola, the information Ebola for Congo is not going to start today. And the first thing is that the WHO declared the crisis as an international crisis first before they came back and said we are continuing Congo. Now, if we have learned from our airport and our carrying people and somebody, look, I look at it as a witness of the government. Because the government should have stated first that there was a plea that came from Uganda. That's the first thing. Well, no, Uganda has a will to put a big measure of BBC. So, if the speaker wherever you go, they have portrayed that information. And what the citizen will not make it political. Now, after you put it also, is it not political? You can't make it more political. You can't also and you carry the party equal, and whether you think the party lacking information. Bro, my brother just quoted for everyone else, but some people, you don't want to make a culture more for them than other people. That's why I tell you about why you watch that kind of thing. Is that correct?
Okay. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. We'll leave you right there. We'll take Man CC. Go ahead. Let's hear you, ma'am.
Thank you for the show. This is Angelo Elesa. Panja called me and I saw Angelo was in there. Okay, something happening here with that understand. But I'm not bringing them to car and Joka and a beautiful wife. I will say.
You know the woman?
They were working on us too. I just saw that I put on civil jail here in West.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just I so don't have me say, oh, you know in West. I saw civil jail. What I'm talking is.
Oh, okay. You said beautiful. You said beautiful wife. So,
she's beautiful. What's up,
yeah. So I want to know what you asked me. Have you worked with a woman before? Have you worked with her? Have you worked with her before?
My man, don't question my sister. Me, I beg you, me and my talk. Get me see, I know. I'm your friend. You want to defend? Something is spending someone when I understand it. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. We can get about Ebola. Who called to go for meeting? Who called for that meeting? And the way for that meeting, and she said, "Yes, Wazi." When I must have a portrait in the next room, and then she said it to the public outside here. We're not in a portrait room. We're taking a photo of take precaution. You understand? But take precaution. That's why years on phone. If you don't give her no Kenya, what happens to give her Kenya and land on our airport?
Uganda. Uganda.
Okay, Uganda. They say they land on that land. And we're thinking about Ebola passage. We hear say in that place. There's an Ebola passage there. And you get for coming from there, coming one land, and going up there and say, there. So I make sure that they check in there. And then information can I don't want to all that precaution. Here was coming, and you can't do that one for and say you do X, Y, Z. And then one coming in the camera, so all let's be mindful. Something happening in our country. He said to the public, what is forcing that woman and what you want to prove? What you want for her friend job? And then look at our friend job she wants for. Then the public woman, you know what so somebody said, I don't want that woman. And they say she's wrong, she's for picking up. That's not good for us to say. If you're hiding that for us, let us know what's going on. You can take precaution as a country or as a Latino. But if you're hiding that, say, oh, boy, what's in the table? When you expose them, one will come and start dragging her and say, oh, you will lose her job because this is so risky. That is wrong. Okay, I'm going to be taking a funny thing, but I want to have activities you want, please. But you not solutions for that.
What kind of nonsense there? Ebola know who the constitution? Ebola not even the party. Okay, Man City left. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
Good, brother. Brother.
We're great. Quick, let's hear you.
Okay, let me say hello to your police. The official spokesperson of the Brasilian movement, William Dedu.
Go ahead.
Josiah Joker is a pure joker. Can you just say I'm a hair? I drew a leather or when I'm coming, nobody will wear or average suit. Then you make law. When you go now, I'm coming in, you wear average suit. Can you can do that to the country? Don't be selected. Don't be injustice. What everybody is doing right for the time is injustice and selected justice. You can't do that to the country. You say you are a 7 man. Now 7 will restore rule. Why are you doing that? We you what are you doing? So you are exempted from the law. You can't do that time. The time they run out woman, you can't do that. You won't get their message of police. And that these are the people that we see anything ever. So you give me ever a question to a police. So what make it wrong? Ain't it?
Yep.
Be careful. All time, man. The program where you're going on, you put a person poor man. Someone going there, who's that man? I'm missing the wrong thing out there. Is that wrong? No. I put it on your guy to be questioned. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's talk to the other person on the line. Let's talk to the one. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Thank you. This is Edmund meeting to Alexa and Arjuro. Now we need a very fair question for the return of personal view.
Go ahead, Edmund.
If I'm not concerned like for justice, Yeah, and we the same day Ebola news came out, when asking this government what system they are being able to put in place. All we're hearing from them is that we are prepared. We are prepared. We say we're not enough. Because looking at the situation on hand now, if you follow international media, it's scary. So all you need to do as a government, we say that happy here. Make sure you deploy health workers at the airport. Those are departing and returning to the country. So they can be checked, let us know. And start with the very mission easily. Let there be here watching properly there. That alone is serving as an awareness. When people go there, they see and say, oh, they take this serious, so we need to take some question. So the question I asked, you want to tell me, it's very no way that regular people can arrest anybody with uppity finger on their hand? This lady, this is a woman though. She had put out information. She didn't even say leak it up. She put it in her child with somebody else's photo outside. So if the government felt uncomfortable with the information, they could not just invite her, but they needed to put a hanger on her hand. Then you are having the United Party surrogate parading Facebook in with it that they have done a big thing in this country. Well, if this information trying to be true now, what are you going to be saying to the Liberian people? Some of the secret that you can keep to yourself, you think you want to cover up now, so here about people who beg you. This is not no political party because I know COVID-19 was brought to this country by government officials. One thing I believe the disease that we're talking about here, they got no respect for one another. We will not be like you guys when you guys were in opposition, very wicked. You're politicized everything. But this one, we are not politicizing it because we were here. The way in which Ebola treated people in this country, it was even more than the way COVID-19 treated people in this country. People are dying like a chicken saying that enter the plant. So please tell us the truth. Yeah, tell us the truth. What do you say? Is it true that people came into the country from Uganda? Is a woman lying? Where was the statement when they enter in the country? Who did they keep in contact with? What are you doing about contact tracing? When you want for you to spread, then you come and you bring different information? Look, let the government speak up, man. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. We leave you right there. Let's talk to this other person quickly, and then we talk to two more and leave you for tomorrow. This person, hello, how are you? How you doing?
Good evening, Oliver.
Good evening. Quickly, no time.
Yeah, this is Dinosaur Alas Peter and Peter, also an executive member of the Concerned Librarian for Justice.
Go ahead.
Carl, let me say thanks to all of you for the conversation this evening. Yeah, actually, the LEC boss, I think it was good that he bought his generator area because for us, we have no hope. This entire group, we have no hope of stable electricity.
Imagine rainfall in your book already.
Imagine that. Heavy rain been falling this few days. As right now in my home, the place is dark. Since yesterday, we don't have current up to present. So tell me, what hope do we have for the rainy season? So we all need a bad generator, even though we don't have money, we are in opposition. We got to manage a bad generator. And so the issue, all right, I think if this government is serious about the whole COVID-19 story issue, they should rather be inviting Josiah Jota's wife to investigate her. Because she is I don't know, director for the nurses or whosoever she is. And her name has been mentioned by this nurse, this lady. So it is better to invite her to ask for this information that a woman is giving to the public, or poor nurse who are just trying to provide information for the public is wrong. Then let them ask her.
Okay.
And see information. Because what they are doing, it seems to be like it's a playing something that just backfire on them. For me, I don't even believe it. I believe that it's something that they all program, to seek international funding in the country because they don't even have it. This government, they boast when they were in opposition, they boast of experience, they boast of international connection, but with all the 4 years they are staying in government, we are not seeing anything. So they want to bring negative things in the country to seek international assistance. So these are all things that they program and they want to make us believe that they investigate. So when they invite Josiah Jota's wife to investigate her, then we know that what they are saying is true.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you right there. We talk to this person. Go ahead. You should be the last.
Yeah, thank you very much, Khan. Let me quickly say good evening to you and your co-host in the studio. This is from show Ebenezer Weston, who is one of Liberia's legitimate owners that joined from Central Virginia.
Go ahead.
To begin with, let me quickly say that Josiah Joker is an administrative contradiction. That's not somebody we should give credence to. Someone who oppresses other people for something that they shouldn't be doing, and he himself is caught at the zenith of the selfing thing for which he punishing those people for. Leaving that alone and looking at this identical COVID team, my brother, I was one of those who sat on the front row of the cinema when the thing called COVID-19 was being premiered in the cinema. I saw it firsthand. I used to be stationed right at the Latter-day Saint Church on the Aslan Clinic Road there. That was one of the center that was meant for the isolation of the people who had those things. I saw people being loaded on the car like when you're loading fire coal bag. So I know how scary it is. So for someone like that nurse to come with an alert to alert before time to at least prepare ourselves and seeing this government trying to punish a woman is so disheartening. But you know, Kai, we cannot trust the government. There is no information that this government will put out that we believe in. Because the government has repeatedly lied about everything. We are discussing Bola right here.
Including the Bola issue. No take with the Bola issue.
And the most despicable part about it, the Bola situation is right in the hometown of the president himself. He has still lied. Lying to the extent that they're going there with CCTV, I know how they call it, internet thing, and propose there to do what with it. There to deceive us. You think that government will want to tell the truth about it in the Senegal situation? I said, so you know. The best thing to do right now is for us to hack into what I would want to say and start to take precaution. Other than that, I see us going back to the same thing that happened. But we'll come here first.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll leave it to talk to the last person. Let's say you're the last.
Okay. They shouldn't have it for us. Well, yeah, when you get one back, but if you move on, you get our land. They should say. They put out issue again. When they put okay, they said our land is so safe. They put out okay when you get that is all that know what to do. They shouldn't have it for us. It's what is sharing. If you know you let by the land to this people. If they want to go with politics, they will come with no bagay.
No. Ibola will not come with the president. I'll cut you off. No. Ibola will not come with the president. I'll cut you off. Alexa, we gotta go home. Vision Gray. Go ahead. Quickly, we gotta go home.
Yeah, because I'm already running late anyway. So all I want to say is whether Ebola is here or not, please make sure you're okay. Make sure you wash your hands as I do all the time. Make sure you have your hand sanitizer to be okay. And also, this is going back to LMP. Please invite the other people to be questioned because this is not one person's situation. Anything that has to do with Ebola or COVID or whatever it is, any outbreak, it is not about a particular political party. No, it is about everybody. So call the people so you can ask them the same question you ask them so that they can explain on the side made exactly. Baba will be here tomorrow.
Okay, until we return, Jerome, we gotta go.
2024 UP Ebola, 2026, 2014 Ebola UP, 2026 Ebola UP.
God forbid, we hope it doesn't come back.
Amen.
Until then, have yourself a wonderful time. Picardo got this one, major hairline.
I can't stand no more.